Big Red's the best soda, man. I feel like the world needs to know.
Oh, come on, man.
And who better than your boy AJ to represent?
Listen, this guy's good.
Listen to your gut, Big Red.
Hey, what does gut mean again? Let him know.
Give up thinking. And do it.
I put this on everything.
Party people.
I love this.
It's your boy
My
Mazi.
my clothes. I thought I told you this is my world, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, party people in the place to be. It's your boy Mazi. Yes.
You already know, man. Back to back with it.
Back to back, but y'all wouldn't know.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. First and foremost, shout out to Daniel G with the Collabor shirt. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Seen him out at Media Day, and he was like, yo, I like what y'all doing. Showed him some love, and then he showed us some love back and threw us a tee.
Absolutely.
So had to hit y'all with a quick wardrobe change, and
we definitely getting some more tees.
we're definitely copping some more tees for sure.
We're paying for them.
Yeah. Big shout out to Danielle. So a lot of people in here. First and foremost,
Skrills.
in the cut.
Thanks,
you know
man.
the fucking vibes.
Southeast.
I'm from the south side.
South side. In here. Northeast in here.
West Side's in here.
What? Ooh.
Talk about it.
West Side's in here.
Listen.
West?
West.
West?
What's
What's the zip code like?
Was it zip code?
It could go either way. 78227.
Oh.
Or it could go 78245. Which, if you pull it up on the maps, it's gonna show far west side.
Far west.
That stays growing. I feel you. I feel you on the 227 though.
Yeah.
So that's why.
But, and you know what? It was crazy because like the GPS, before we even introduced anything, it threw me like through Brady and like, you know, over here on Sada Zamora.
Yeah.
And like, bro, that location has grown so crazy. I used to live in the San Juan Courts back there, back before it looks like it looks now. It looks like I want to live there now. Back then. Yeah.
For sure.
That's what's up.
We got Clef in the cut, man.
Yes, sir.
Clef God.
Is it Clef the God? Yeah.
Clef the God.
Clef God.
Clef God.
Clef God.
Yeah.
We got AOK in the cut.
AO Killer.
And then, to my right, what can we say about this guy, man? Resume's pretty lengthy.
Absolutely.
R&B sensation, pop sensation, if you will.
Dance sensation.
Dance sensation. We did a couple of research. We watched a couple of videos. You know what I'm saying?
And there's a move that you do that we're gonna talk about.
Most definitely.
Are you gonna illustrate the move for me, bro?
I mean, we kind of
we might. We just might. Because I tried to do it in the parking lot, although it wasn't as good as yours. I tried. But ladies and gentlemen, AJ HERNZ is in the house.
Now play me some of that. They look like baguettes. I pull up on next. I got it the best, yeah. Just hop in the ghost now. Hey, you driving the boat now. You wanna go high? Tell me. You with the go, you in the jungle, we slicing their throats. Who want the smoke? I'll let it go. You do it well, giving them hell. You got the bell, and I'm in my prime, waiting on 9. I know the vibe, and you polite. You look making good to me. I got all these diamonds that's sitting on my neck.
At some point, you gotta believe in yourself, you know, and if you don't, you're always gonna just be, you know, a victim of whatever the circumstances are. At least do what we're passionate about. So what's good, bro?
You know what I mean? How you doing?
I'm blessed, bro. Thank you. How are you?
No, I'm doing all right, man. Listen, long day. I know you've been working, we've been working.
Yeah.
But we here.
We're here, man. Back to back with it.
For sure, for sure.
Thank you for having me, by the way. I know this was kind of last minute, and we made this happen. So
listen, pleasure's ours, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Absolutely.
And of course, break the guests. You know, thank y'all for pulling up as well.
Hell yeah.
So for the people who may not know and are living under a rock, who is AJ HERNZ?
AJ HERNZ, man, an artist that started 10 years ago and feels like a rookie again. Yeah, a seasoned rookie. Yeah.
Listen, because I mean, off rip, I remember the Snapback Swag.
Right.
if we can get into it.
Yeah.
How did that record come about, man?
Man, it's funny. So it came about because, like you said, R&B. That was my calling at first. You know, I wanted to just do R&B vibes and nothing more. But my dancers actually inspired me to do a record like that. You know, the jerk movement was big back then,
Very big.
around that time. So they wanted something a little bit upbeat like that, and they just pretty much gave me the idea to go in there and make something like that, similar. And of course, with my own cadence and whatnot, and me and Ace One, you know, we got together, and that was
Shout out
actually
to Ace One.
Yeah, Ace One for sure. That was one of the fastest songs I've ever made in my life. It just kind of came together, and it was repetitive and catchy, and yeah, man.
Yes, it's funny you said that. So Skrills and I, we was on the way here thinking of questions to ask you, and you know, you being in that R&B wheelhouse, with a record like Snapback Swag, it almost seemed like you were saying, it was the kind of the thing to do at the moment,
right?
Because of the sound and everything.
Right.
Is that necessarily is that what you wanted to do?
Or a bit of both, bro. Because to me, it was like I did want something a little bit more upbeat, and I just felt like, you know, that style of music was in, you know, where it was like bridging the singy rap, you know, and kind of coming with that flavor. And to me, it was more about like, I feel what my dancers was talking about, so I wanted to try it. You know, by no means was I gonna go down that lane and like be this like, you know, jerk rapper or whatever.
Gotcha.
You know, it was one of those where like I did it and we put it out, and the universe kind of took it and ran with it, you know, because it was like, after that, I saw videos, kids making dance videos, routines in India and China. Like, it was crazy. And it was kind of like before the whole viral thing was like a thing, you know?
Right.
And before like IG and social media was popping. So it was a big thing for me, like, to see how it traveled through YouTube and see what it did in the city. And like, it's crazy, you know? Because I definitely feel like I started the fuckboy era.
I don't deserve this.
No, that's funny because because I remember seeing, you know, the YouTube clips of the Snapback Swag dances and everything like that. And I think it's funny. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I came across your video on World Star. Was it on World Star?
It was on World Star.
Okay,
so this is when about that shit.
Yeah, when the World Star blog was like huge. It was that, you know, like right when it was going to the. It was like you went to World Star before you went to YouTube. You know what I mean?
It was almost like a Google for like whatever you wanted to search video.
Exactly.
Or see the update, you know.
Right. Especially during that blog era. I know me personally, when I logged on to the internet, it was like my routine. It was like World Star, the other blog sites, then YouTube, and then
Hot New Hip Hop was dope too back then.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then I was off the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but when I came across your video, I'm like, oh, he's from the city?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's a good look. That's what's up. That's what's up. And then, of course, you know, I saw the other records like with you and Kyle, the Rerun Essay.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff, too.
AOK actually put that together.
Okay.
You know, he had a mixtape that he was working on at the time, and his whole idea behind it was to get people from the city to do something lit like that.
Yeah.
And switch it up, not necessarily, you know, just straight rap. It was more like poppy. Because that beat was from, I forgot what song. We Run LA.
Right.
Yeah, so we just kind of did the We Run Essay and then put some, like, OGs on it. And it was kind of cool, actually. It worked out. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
So, this is dropping, like, weeks after Media Day. But we came across somebody that went to school with you.
Okay.
For identity purposes, his name is Kev. He said that you was the man when it came to doing pep rallies at the school.
Shit, boy.
Oh yeah, bro. So like
yeah, I was gonna say, tell us about that because it seemed like you said like no, when it came to the pep rallies, like AJ was killing it. Like that was like he was the man. So
I remember walking in as a freshman, and everybody was already like hyping me up about like, oh, they do dance competitions, man. So like you may want to like be on standby because you know you'll kill it, whatever. And that's how I started the music or whatever. But I used to just full-time dance. Like I'm talking about like we thought we were gonna be America's Next Best Dance Crew. And we used to rehearse and we used to like really take this shit serious. So I was already like ready for whatever. At any freestyle moment, I was ready to do my Chris Brown shit. You know? I was fucking ready.
Nice.
So as soon as that came about, they were like, "Oh, we're having word was out. We're having a competition this Friday or whenever the pep rally was." And shit. I went up there as fast as I could, and so it was like by grade levels, right? Like who wants to rep the freshmen? And it was like me. Everybody was like, "Yeah, man." So I went, and I smashed everyone. Everybody cheered for me the most. So that was lit. Then the second year I was a sophomore, and I was like, "Man, I got to just keep doing this." So long story short,
just carried on tradition, man.
I dusted everybody every year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So this man
who wants some of the champ?
Right, who wants some of the champ? 4 years straight. You know,
you Charlie.
That's crazy. So he all the way to the cabin gown, man. Doing this shit ain't over.
It wasn't over.
It ain't over.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all thought we was done. Fuck out of here, man. I had to ask that question. Shout out to Kev.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah,
wait, Kev like you, bro? Or wait, who Kev like who?
Nah, like no, the homeboy asked
because you pointed at him. I'm like, I thought your name was
I was pointing to the camera like, shout out to Kev.
Because Kev watches. Kev watches.
Kev watches, and we told him that you was coming up, and he was like, "Yo, ask him about the pep rallies." And I'm like, "All right, bet. I'm gonna ask him." He was like, "Yo,
shout out to Kev."
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, he was like the man at our school to get into the pep rallies." And
some good memories, man. You made me think back.
Nah, for sure, man. So, what got you started into music, man?
Like I said, it started with just dance, man, and really, I was unsure of where I was gonna go with it because like anything, you got a couple personalities in the group, and it's just sometimes people have different perspectives or ideas, and they want to do some other they want to go off and do their own thing. So that was cool. So at the time, I was like, man, well, I kind of wanted to start tapping into music because I always had a passion for music. I always, like Michael Jackson early on, like that's what inspired the whole like dancing and like choreography aspect. But then I also wanted to sing at some point. I just was super like shy, unsure of myself. Like I really couldn't hold a note like that. So at the time I was doing these these dance crew events and whatnot, and I met Scott Maloof. Shout out to Scott Maloof. Maloof International Group, man, that's like my brother. So like he pretty much was like, yo, I see you guys are doing, he had the high school parties going, like the teen clubs, and we would pop out and like win like $500 for having the best dance routine or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, yo, how about you just start promoting for me? So long story short, we promoted for him, and I told him like, yo, I want to like eventually like sing, like I don't want to dance. And he was like, okay, I know the right people. So he kind of started connecting the dots, and man, next thing you know, a year later, like some of my dance crew is backup dancing for me.
Nice.
I'm performing. I'm opening up for like Day 26 at the time. That's how way back I go. That was my first show ever. Type thing. And yeah, man, it just kind of went from there. Like it was one of those things where like you end up falling in love with it. And I just never looked back. It's always been a part of me. There was some gaps where I had my daughter and whatnot, and I stopped. Had to get a job and things like that. But it's come full circle. That's why at the beginning I feel like I'm a rookie all over again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Day 26, sidebar.
Yeah.
Is their first album a classic?
Which the one where they're all sitting, it's like a white background.
I saw AOK's face. He shook his head no.
I don't know about a classic. It's a good album because I remember some of those songs and I actually like some of those songs, but I don't know about a classic.
You know about a classic?
I don't know about a classic. Yeah.
Damn, that hurts.
We were just talking about Day 26 today.
Yeah,
that hurts. Because I definitely was saying no. I was ready to down that hill.
Classic is like, what I'm saying, Drake, Take Care. Like those are classics.
For sure.
That's
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Those are like, moments in time. But yeah, Day 26 is
that exclusive record didn't do it for you?
It was cool. I'm not gonna hate because what's funny? They also were a part of my inspiration though, at the time. For sure. Like Q and all these fools, Willie, like they were singing their ass off. And Brian, he's from Houston.
Yeah, shout out to Brian, man.
Yeah.
Brian
so when I saw that, so Brian Angel. So when I seen all that happening, like that was kind of lit for me. Like that was early on, and me finding out that I wanted to do music. So they definitely had a lot to do with it. I remember Silly Love. I think so.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in love? Oh, really in love? Listen, man, I've been on the road. My voice is shy.
Listen.
Come on. It's one of those, bro. I feel it. Co-Star. Ooh.
Co-Star was a hard record.
All I want to do is co-star.
Yeah.
Right place at the right time. Yeah, dog, yeah.
My wife and I was...
All right, bro. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, that was Diddy, right?
That was Diddy. That was the Making the Bands things, man.
It was Diddy.
Had them all in the house having a sing off, bro.
That's crazy. I remember that, bro. And fighting.
You want these hands down.
Some R&B thugs was in there, man. Shut the studio down. Do I have that drop still? I think I have it in there somewhere.
Cinematic boom.
Right.
Yo, AJ, in regards to your first, essentially hit, right? Your Snapback. Do you feel that kind of like, at the time, did it help you, or did it kind of like set you up for a certain, you know, like stigma, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, in retrospect, when you look back at it, would you do it the same? Would you do it different? Like, how would you approach that?
I'm a big believer in, like, I can't go back and like rearrange how it happened. Like, it just happens the way it was supposed to. But to answer your question, I feel like a bit of both. I feel like it did well for me because I feel like a lot of people know me because of that record. And when they see the other catalog, they're like, what the fuck? You know, they're like mind blown almost, you know? So that was cool. Stigma, yeah, of course, it affected some of that because, and I guess it would have happened either which way, because I feel like when you reach a certain level of success, people just, you know, it's like, you know, crab in a bucket mentality as we know it, right? And not just here, in anywhere you live, right? It's just like that. That would have happened regardless, but I feel like it happened at a more accelerated rate, you know, with that type of record, and the fact that I was the most known, or am the most known, if to some people, whatever, right? But to me, it was like, yeah, it created this like, oh, he's just one of those like, you know, trendy kind of rapper dudes, and it was just like, nah, in my head, in my, like, me as a person, like, I just felt like I was way, you know, beyond that. Like, not to hate on anybody that did that or is doing that or is that kind of lane, but my lane in my head was way different, is way different, you know? And so, yeah, some people were kind of like, is he a rapper, is he this? But I think we've come to the age where it's like, I'm an artist. Like, if I feel like spitting some bars or, like, singing it or whatever, like, it's what's going to happen, yeah. But yeah, a bit of both, bro. I mean,
that's what's up.
No, that's what's up.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what's up. So I think a lot of people want to talk about the Young Money situation. You know, you going on tour with them. I kind of wanted to get into this. I have a segue or this game called Music Theory 101.
Yeah,
where we discuss music conspiracy theories in the music industry.
Yeah.
So. Young Money.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne. Do you believe Gilly the Kid, Ghost wrote Carter 1 and some of Carter 2?
No.
Absolutely not.
I mean, maybe he had input, but I don't
I'm trying to get him.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where, like, you'll be in the studio with people and people might, of credibility, might have some input that you might take in, but come on, man, let's keep it real. Like, that's Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That's Louisiana. Like,
yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Like,
for sure.
he's a goat.
So, have you seen Wayne in the studio, like, in action?
Yeah, I've seen some clips. I don't think I've seen, like, a full-on session, but.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, because I know a lot of the talk, especially when I was, you know, in the streets and everything like that, with the young, you know, you being on tour, opening up for those guys, how was that experience like?
Oh, it was crazy. It was early on. I had like 3 songs to my name. Like, it was I probably didn't deserve that opportunity, but I was just so fortunate. Again, that Scott, you know, kind of just making relationships, and then next thing you know, I'm sharing the stage with these people. It's crazy. It didn't hit me till like years later. I was like, damn, I was just really opening up for Drake. Like, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it was a blessing.
Cause, well, okay, so what year was this?
This is, well, the Wayne was 2011, 10, early January 11 or something like that. It's right before he went to Rikers Island. So whenever that was,
right. So I'm saying, so this was.
It's whenever
was this Thank Me Later?
This is Thank Me Later. Yeah.
Thank Me Later, Drake.
Yeah. This is like,
wow.
Yeah, this is Thank Me Later, Drake. Yeah, because remember we played at Stubbs. That's what he was performing, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So I just kind of like, again, I had 3 songs, bro. Like I hadn't even made Snapback Swag yet. Like, that's how early on in the game it was. I was doing some like whatever I was filling in gaps for my slot with like dance sets, like me, like just hopping around and like doing some like weird ass, like, you know.
Yeah.
No production either, no lighting, just me thinking I'm looking cool. But I mean, yeah, bro, that's.
And
crazy.
You were how old during this time?
I was 18, 19.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I was in the cubicle. I was in the cubicle at work, like, what the fuck am I doing? Looking out the parking lot and shit. Like, yo, how can I get out of here?
Having dreams.
Yeah, I have a dream. I have dreams too. Straight up. Nah,
I had just dropped out of UTSA at the time. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I was just like, again, Scott had put me on early, bro. So like, I was already making money at the high school parties by not only like performing and winning whatever competition. I was double dipping. Yeah. He would pay me as a promoter, right? Too. So then he was like, yo, you're 18 already, so might as well bring your crowd to the 18 and up spot. So I low-key became like this hybrid ass like artist, MC host, whatever else. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, all right, I don't need school at this point. Like,
nah, shit, I wouldn't either.
I'm about to go open up for Lil Wayne. Like, so mom was like, let's look at us.
Nah,
do what you want.
I get it. Cause I'd be out the door too.
Yeah.
Could you describe? Because I know that feeling. I mean, not exactly.
Oh, and shout out my brother too. He lent me his F-150, and we were swinging that bitch all through Texas, Nevada, California.
Talk about it.
Yeah, racking up the miles. He didn't care.
Shout out to the fam.
Yeah.
Because you were about to be on, right? Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, they were like, oh shit,
you about to give me a brand new F-150.
Yeah, you about to give me a new F-150. I want my shit King Ranch, bro, with the leathers. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, for real.
So what you about to say, Squirrels?
Because I mean, I don't know the exact feeling, obviously, but like, you know, back in my day, there was a damn. I sound old as fuck when I said that.
Back in my day, damn,
don't
bro.
say that, bro. Tell me your age without saying it.
Right.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
So because like there was a time where like, you know, you like, yo, this rap shit's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Fuck school, fuck
a
job, fuck whatever. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. Can you just describe that moment, like, because I know there's kids right now that are in that moment.
Yeah.
And that are watching this and being
watching it, and they're like, you know, because obviously there's a moment where you got to pick and choose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can kind of touch on that a little bit.
For sure. Yeah. So all that happens, and then, you know, you feel like you're on top of the world, right? And it's just like life, right? Whenever it happens, you're either gonna like fold, or you're gonna work through it and keep going. Well, it put me in a weird place, like after like Snapback Swag and all that, and I kept going, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, not focused, and I was more like I wouldn't say depressed, bro, but it was just like a weird place, weird time in my life, right? Where I was like 22, 23, and I was like, damn, I know my girl is like ready to take it to the next level. I know that, you know, my management, my boy Scott was, you know, dealing with his things, and he wasn't my manager at the time, so I was just kind of in a weird place to where it like almost like, and then my daughter, you know, she was on the way. My girl ended up finding out she was pregnant, so it just all came at once, right?
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I'm just there sitting like, damn, what do I do? I mean, my instinct was, damn, I need to make money, because I was really broke at that time. You know, I had money like in my account and shit, like, you know, getting paid royalties off of ASCAP, and like, you know, making whatever money like from shows and shit, because I was still doing shows here and there, but it was just like I was still playing like music from like 2 years ago. So I'm like, where the fuck am I at right now?
Gotcha.
So anyway, I got a job. You know, I was like, let me just do this temporary, right? And that temporary ended up being 7 years. Like that became like my life basically, right?
Gotcha.
And I had my daughter. Finally, kind of got back on my feet. We were able to get into my brother's like backyard house, and I was paying him rent like every month, and I was able to afford that. After that, we just like, I was able to get us into a house. It kind of set me up financially, and yeah, man, it was random as hell, because I was already working. Like, I was just thinking like, all right, this is my life. Like, fuck it. Like I'm
day job shit.
Yeah, like I'm 25 now, you know, and this is my life, I guess. So let's run it. It's a cool life, because it's brought me up. I'm not broke no more. So it's kind of like it blinded me, you know, for a little bit, until like Snow just hit me out of the blue. DM was like, yo, what up? And it's funny because me and Snow, we did a song like way back when I first started too. Some of her fan base reached out to me and was like, yo, he's from Texas, and she was in Fort Worth at the time. Yeah, exactly. And connected us. We did a song, and then poof, never heard from her. So it was kind of like, I was like, damn, what happened to that one relationship I had? Damn, what happened to this one person? Yeah. Damn, what happened with, where am I at right now? And it was just all at once. So like, it put me in a weird place. So fast forward, she hits me up, and he's like, I remember you from back in the day. Like, what's the plan? Like, what are we doing? And we got on the phone, and she's just like, nah, like fly you out to LA type of vibe. Like, let's talk. And that's she dope. Pretty much was like, yo, like, I feel like you got so much potential still. Like, you haven't even, you know, scratched the surface with it. Like, I have so many big plans. She was in the middle of getting out of her Atlantic deal.
Okay.
So she was already thinking ahead, you know, and man, God is great, because that just like shook me up, and it just woke me up, and it woke up a beast, because it was like all my hardest shit came after that. Like, I feel like, and now I know who I am. I'm in touch with everything. Like, I feel like I've just grown so much, you know, since then, and it's crazy the way life works out. You know?
No, for
full
sure,
circle,
man.
for sure.
Man, that's dope. Man.
And now we're on tour together, all that, you know. And this has been brought to you by the Mexican community.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, because I was actually just about to get into it, man. So, you know, working with Snow.
Yeah.
How's that been, man?
I don't know, man. It's like maybe practicing with like, I don't know, MJ or something, I would imagine. Just because the way she moves, people might think like, oh man, she must be freestyling or like all the time rapping. Like it's not even that. It's just her character, who she is as a person, as a businesswoman, as everything, as a mom, as a individual, man. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all's dynamic and chemistry is on 10.
Thank you, bro.
Like for sure. Y'all
appreciate that.
It seems like y'all the triangle offense that y'all got going on. It's
PB and J shit. It's some PB and J shit.
Thank you, fam.
Sure.
I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear it.
And there was, because obviously I didn't know you personally, but I knew of you prior, you know, with called the Snapback era, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a switch.
Right.
And we got into, and I started seeing like you know, featuring with her, and I don't even know, does she have a label?
Yeah, Vibe Higher.
Vibe Higher.
Yeah.
See, but I remember when they were in Fort Worth, they went off of, what is it, Woke?
Ben Woke, yeah.
Right, Ben Woke.
Or Woke Productions. Yeah.
Because, bro, they used to have some fire-ass, like, little vlogs and shit.
Yeah.
Her and her brother are, like, hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
He does all the edits, like, on the videos
Word?
and shit.
See,
like, for her, she has a blog or a vlog right now, Everyday Days on YouTube.
Word.
And, yeah, he does all the cuts to it.
So they
like,
used to have Woke TV.
Yeah, Woke
right?
TV.
And she had, I don't know if he's still around, but her cousin, Wokito, what is it?
Yayo?
Yayo.
Yayo? Yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yayo's
But I just
insane.
love the fact that, like, she brought in family and was like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do this and you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna you know, like, we're not outsourcing the shit.
Right.
Everything is in house. Everything, you know what I mean?
And that's exactly what it is, bro.
And you've been kind of brought into that. So like, what can you say you've gotten out of that as far as like to apply, say, because you live here, right?
Yeah, I live here.
But do you go back and forth? Because I think she's out there, back in San Diego? Is it?
She's in LA.
Oh, LA.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean,
she has a crazy ass ranch in LA. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
So like, do you go back and forth? Like, how's that dynamic? Like, how are you bringing that back this way and vice versa?
For sure, yeah. So like I said, I had a job, you know, for all this time. So like, I recently left my job, you know, to be able to tap in and out, you know, and really like put
Congrats
my
on
foot
that,
to the metal.
by the way.
Thank you. Yeah,
listen, man, that ain't an easy thing to do.
It's not. And contemplated for years, honestly, you know, because I've been feeling this way, but I just feel like I can't ignore the signs. I can't, you know, what's meant to be is lines up a certain way. It makes you feel it's a gut feeling, right?
For sure.
My buddy says gut, you know, give up thinking. And I think that's really deep.
Hold on, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's crazy. One more time.
Say that to your camera.
To the camera, man.
Can you zoom in?
I will.
Oh, he will.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Yeah, man. Let
Are
him
you
know.
gonna hit that as I'm saying it, or right after?
I mean, however you want to do it. Why you want me to?
Right
before?
after, right after.
Right after.
Right after?
Right after.
Okay.
Go ahead.
because you know, as they say, your gut, right?
Right.
It stands for give up thinking.
Listen, the more you know.
Perfect. That's the clip. That's the clip right
That's
there.
the clip.
That's it.
That's the clip.
That's it. So that's where I'm at. I just like, you know what, bro? Like I said in Diamond Dance, I feel like I'm in my prime, like Wayne in 09, like, you know, so it's time to just take it, you know, take bet on myself.
We got Clef to my left. How did y'all two link up and become such a force to be reckoned with?
At the time, Zeus, you know, I don't know if you guys know who Zeus is. He introduced me to Clef. He's an artist from here as well. Yeah, he's
you
from
talking
here.
about Carlton Zeus?
Carlton Zeus, yeah, Carlton Zeus.
I know Carlton
yeah,
Zeus.
Carlton.
Okay,
Yeah,
I love his aesthetic, bro.
Yeah.
Dog, he wears fucking caps with like mariachi shit on the side, Spurs shit.
I'll give you his number, bro.
Bet that.
No, but he's cool, man. He introduced me to Clef, so like that's where it went. You know, it was 5-6 years ago now, and I'm up there and meeting this guy, and I'm just like, damn, this dude really loves what he fucking does, don't he? Yeah. He's in there like he's doing his Clef fucking like when he's, you know, when Kanye's like in the studio and he's like
in the zone and he gets that bounce going.
And you're like, fuck, like all right, maybe I'll start twitching and like it better, you know? Yeah. So that's how I met Clef, and I was like, this dude is dope, man. I really love the fact that he loved what he did, and shit, man. Sure enough, like we link up on our first record, and I mean, fire, like that. And that's the thing. We work from scratch. So I know he probably works with artists different ways, but like I feel like our method is lit. You know, it's like PB&J. I know you referenced that earlier, but that's how it feels.
Word.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Clef, you got a mic, man. How's it feel working with the guy AJ, man?
It's wonderful. Like, not just the talent and everything and the amazing artistry, but just the wonderful human being type thing. You know, I always say he's in like my top 5 human beings list. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Kindness and, you know, empathy and just like, you know, role model that we need in the fucked up world today. So
for sure.
Yeah, man. That's one of the first things I noticed about him was like how I already knew his name and knew things he had done, you know, from that Snapback era. And I just noticed how humble he was when we met up. It was just like working with like another kid, like at the slumber party, like, oh, let's go outside and play. Like, you know, it was just real easy. Chemistry was on 10 the whole time.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And then we came out with like Blue Faces on like the second record. And it was like history from there, you know?
Which is a dope record, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because when I heard Blue Faces, I was like, this is the one right here. This
it's crazy.
Is hard.
Snow is like, she just told me on tour after a show the other night. We were in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're all feeling good. We're faded, bro. Cause like we faded a whole bottle of tequila on stage, bro. Like on some,
on some real Mexican shit. That's very bold of you.
And it's not like me, bro. But like it's like when you see your brother, like, you know, fighting some dude, you're just gonna have to join, right?
Right.
What the fuck? So like, my sister's downing a shot. I'm like, fuck, here, give me the bottle. So anyway, she's down there. We're feeling good, and I'm thinking it's like a, you know, faded kind of moment. Cause she's like, yo, I love that song. It like low key makes me cry sometimes. And I'm like, what? She's like, you know it's going on my album, right? And I was like, wait, what? Because she's putting on a solo project album for the first time. Like, this is, you know, off a label, like official, like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Like, I don't even think she had one on Atlantic, right?
Nah, bro.
Not like official
that's
release.
A whole different story, bro. Yeah. Atlantic, I mean, with all due respect, I'm sure they know what normally what they would do with somebody, but they fumbled the ball with Snow,
they
man.
They definitely did.
Because to me, it's like, I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
No, and mind you, I'm very familiar with that story because I follow her. Like, I saw her on Breakfast Club, more recently on George Lopez.
Yeah.
Like, so, long story short, they definitely dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You can get, going back to music theory, you can get into the whole, like, why they did that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be female, whether it be Mexican, whether it be whatever.
Right.
But regardless, they dropped the ball.
Let's cut back to the segment, man. So let's get into this. Let's do a deep dive. Yeah. Why did Atlantic drop the ball on Snow?
Man, I'm sure there was a lot more details that I don't know about, but in the end, it was just one of those like shelving situations, man. Like, you know, anything they had to roll out for her wasn't lit. And whenever she had ideas that they weren't on board with and she spiked them, they were lit. And it was more like, you're not paying attention to what the real move and the real bag is. She's been headlining her whole life. How many people you know have been doing that? You know, and that's because she's built it from the ground up, handshake after handshake, like growing the shit organically, 50 to 100 to 300, 400. Now we're at 1,500. Some of these venues in Dallas, 2,000 cap House of Blues, like it's insane. But that's because she did it the right way.
Right.
That's why you have folks that are put on a pedestal because of whatever the case is, and that's an endless conversation, right? It could be because of female, male, race, whatever.
Yeah.
But you have these people that have hits, right, quote unquote, on the radio and rhythmic radio at that and all that shit, but can't fill up half as she does, like in every city in the nation, in Canada, in fucking, you know, there's people right now that have hit songs on the radios that don't like played the same venues and sold a fraction of the tickets, and they did a giveaway too, you know, without even going too deep. But like,
and then they try to give those tickets away night of or the day before, and
it's like it's one of those things where I feel like they dropped the ball in the sense that they weren't paying attention to where this was going.
Facts.
And honestly, again, that just happened the way it happened because it was supposed to. Like, it was an aha moment for her. I feel like you know, she was like, I was right the whole time. Look at my shit booming even more now. Now her shit's going crazy, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys follow her music lately, but she did a big collab with an Argentinian producer called Bizarrap. And she's got this song that's like at however many millions. I want to say like north of 50 million now at this point. Something crazy, bro. Something ridiculous. And that just like, it was like a launching pad for her, like again. So it's just like, it feels good to know that I'm a part of somebody that has that mentality where it was like, I'm not going to surrender what I stand for, what this is really about, for some whatever fucking rollout you want to give me, you know, to make me feel like, you know, you want me to do what you want to do. Nah. So it feels amazing, bro, because it's like, okay, I believe in that 100%. Like, nah. Show the world, you know what I mean?
Absolutely,
man. It's like she's never not once been billed on as an opening act for nobody. She's been headlining since day one. Like everybody's come to see Snow the product. right? So it's kind of like, imagine if she got a little bit of that attention or love at Atlantic, or the real shit that matters, you know, like, oh, she's got her own following, let's boost her in these, build her on some shit.
Right. So I guess that comes to this point. Does she need a label at this point?
No.
She's got her own. She made her own.
Well, yeah, made her own, but as far as like a major label backing, she don't need it, right?
Oh, bro, Snow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I don't think she needs it because, like we're all saying here, her popularity. Not only is her popularity and the fan base is crazy, but the product and quality of product is there.
She's her own brand. Like, when it comes to Snow the product, you got to think Vibe Higher. You got to think Everyday Days. You got to think, you know what I'm saying? She's just a business, man, and that's why it's like. And it's like he said, it's in-house and it's beautiful to see. Because, of course, it's not all, you know, it's not all, like, peachy and it's not all, you know, pretty. But it's a very, like, hustle, gritty, grind mentality that I'm very familiar with, just my upbringing, you know what I mean? So, for me to see somebody that's, like, my kind, you know, both Mexican, both similar upbringing, similar, like, lifestyles, and just, again, that's, like, my sister. So, like, I see her doing this shit and I'm like, yo, like, I want to be there to not only, like, support, but, like, have your back and, like, do whatever I can to, like, help this, you know? And she, I love the fact that she even tells me, like, I want motherfuckers around me that I feel are better than me, and I feel like that about you, like, you know? And that's why it works, because we're both humble enough to know that we're both great and we're both going to do big shit, you know, still, you know? And it's been a blessing, bro. I can't talk about it. Talk enough about it. Yeah.
Big shout out to Snow. Yeah, Snow, hopefully you can come on the show and we'll sit down.
I ain't gonna front. I reached out, but she was probably busy.
Yeah, busy. You know? We understand.
Yeah, she's a machine. Especially these days. She's
And shout out to.
We'll make it happen though.
Yeah, for sure.
No, for sure.
I say that.
No, for sure. I would love to sit down, chop it up with her, and get into all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So Clef, man, busy man.
Yes, sir. Always.
What all you got in the works, dog?
A lot. We're about to release.
A lot. I got a lot.
Always.
It's like 50 clients. Can't fit all that in. But AJ, we got this EP coming soon, you know, before the next album.
Yeah.
We've been working on it a while. You know, his first album was Once Upon a Vibe. That's the one we did together.
I like that title. That's hard.
Thank you. So this next one, I think is, do you want to tell them the title yet, or you still?
Yeah. The next one's going to be called, I'm going to keep that tradition going in that field. So this one's called Excuse My Vibe. Yeah. So that's going to be the next title.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. I like that. I like that.
It's kind of like unapologetically like saying like I'm here, like whether you fuck with it or not, just excuse it. It is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Yeah, excuse the vibes that are on this project, because you know, again, like people want to like, oh, so what are you? Are you a singer or what are you, a rapper? Or you reggaeton? Oh, so you do Spanish music, so you're reggaeton, and it's just gonna be like that's what's gonna captivate. I feel like the audience on this one. It's like it's me. It's within the lines of R&B and some rap and just feel good music, you know. And I think people are gonna, and bilingual too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Do you aim to like not be looked at or be put in a corner or a box, or do you kind of purposely produce your music in that sense?
I think we try not to limit ourselves, right? Because I think that's where you put yourself in a box, not necessarily like, you know, sometimes thinking you don't want to be in a box puts you in a box kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
So like to me, it's like whatever feels right. Like we'll normally start with a tempo or like something that, you know, what kind of like we'll maybe, you know, say, okay, compared to one record that we've done and that nostalgic feel to it, and let's maybe piggyback off of that. But again, it's all, you know, from the ground up.
Mad science and shit.
Yeah, so like we start, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's like, oh shit, this is hard. This is actually more poppy than we thought, but like, fuck it. Like I'm still gonna sing some R&B, or like I'm still gonna, you know, sing some lines in Spanish or like whatever, right? So I just feel like, we don't try to like limit ourselves, but we definitely do have like, we're in a certain sphere, you know, when it comes to the sound.
Yeah, because I think there's and Mazi, you could probably talk to this, but there's a balance to that too, because I feel like on one side you got to the extreme of like, what is it? I don't know what you are, right? And then you got on the other side like some very bland shit, like, oh, you just sing a chorus, a hook, and that's it.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a balance between that you got to kind of find. Have you gotten that formula right, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, if whatever feels right for the record. So like you can listen to like the latest shit, which is like some head knocking shit, which is over, and it still has glimpses of, you know, my falsetto, and one may say like, you know, maybe like a Young Thug kind of flow where I'm like reaching for these notes but in a rappy way. So like, you know, and then you got the more sensual side of me, where it's like, you know, the blue faces, the diamond dance, and you know, you still have those rap breaks or whatever. But
and then Tesla's Hot Buy is about to come, and it's like all things put into one,
right?
and then he's rapping his ass off. I can't wait to drop that. Like, I mean, it's already dropped on all the platforms, but we about to drop that video, and you know. Like when we made that song, I remember he saw me, like I almost passed out because I be really energetic in the studio, bro. So like when we're jamming together, like to a finished verse or something, and we're like, oh shit, like I'll be like, he'll see me jumping around, like. So then I, like, you know, he knows I'm in trouble if I'm feeling my pulse.
He starts feeling his heartbeat. And he's like, hold on, fuck, I got too excited.
You're going too hard, man. You're going too hard.
I know,
so
like,
for all them artists out there, when you see Clef holding his neck,
you did your thing.
Baby,
you know what I mean? The more you know, by the way.
Exactly,
you know what I mean, bro? He checked the pulse. Oh, shit.
I'm like 130 BPM? Okay, bro,
if you don't do this, your shit is what?
That shit is fucking trash.
That shit trash, man. You ain't do this, your shit trash.
Hey, bro, that's a very valid question though, because that's again when I went through that whole moment of like, where the fuck am I going with this? It had low key happened because of Snapback Swag and like me coming from R&B and me kind of not having that management and that like guidance on like, yo, let's keep doing this. And I was like, I don't know, man. So yeah, at that time for sure, bro. Like I think as an artist, you just got to keep shooting till you see what's really like what people are really feeling from you, right? Keep being artistic, right? Because that's your magic. That's your space to express, right? But obviously it's not going to cater to everybody, so I'm not saying keep painting make the same picture. You got to keep being creative, you know, reinvent yourself, and like obviously don't sell out. You don't see me doing country and shit because that's not from the heart. Right. But at the end of the day, it came to a point where now, you know, I was known in San Antonio, and now my top 5 cities is LA, you know, Phoenix, Denver, Mexico City. Like those are the most listened to. Why? Because I think the music, you know, took a step up in the right direction,
and it resonates.
It starts resonating with people. It starts kind of like you start fit, because again, also to the pen got a lot better, you know, and I don't use no pens, by the way, but that's just what happens.
Like, you hit a wordplay on this guy? Yo, come on.
No, but for real though, Clef, we know you know how we do it, bro.
Yeah, nah, he does it in that like some of the greats do it like that. I know Young Thug, Tory Lanez. There's certain people that do it as they go. So he's definitely one of those. It was real fun working with him because I work with a lot of people, so it's cool seeing everybody's different creative process. He definitely was my first client that came in doing the gibberish track. I'd only known of a few greats that do that, where they give you the saucy melody first and then they put the words to it after and stuff, you know, and it gets real fun because then you're like, oh shit, you know.
Just getting the best of the best, like at that point, you know.
And then sometimes the gibberish sounds like what thing is special about him is he don't just gibberish. So like he'll be thinking his gibberish, but he'll say a punchline in his gibberish that's like, dog, you were saying real words, and we got to keep this line as it is. We can't do that again.
That's one thing I love about Clef, because to me, it's like as an artist, I think just artists in general, like we're too emo with this shit sometimes. We're like, I don't like it, and you know, and then if you hear it like 15 more times, it eventually sounds lit to you, but you just got to grow. You know, it's got to grow on you. But he catches those moments. Like I'm so glad he's in the studio with me, because it'll be dead ass becoming my favorite part of the song. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, like sometimes now when we record, it's not like before where I would write a whole song before going to the studio, being super conscious that I gotta, you know, record it this way and this way only and married to that version. Here it's like doing it this way. I noticed that it's like, man, there's room for, you know, for it to get even better than what it sounds like. And, you know, he goes for this, you know, it's got to grab you. It's got to grab you. So that's what we aim for all the time, versus us thinking like, nah, bro, this is what I wrote and this is what it's going to be. Like, nah, let's do what's best for the song. Like what feels right. What gets the room doing
we get you doing this,
exactly. Out and shit.
Yeah, that's the new measuring stick now. Doing that. Listen, man, that's hard. Damn, bro,
that's hard, man. Yeah, man. That's dope, bro. So so where's the direction from here? I mean, obviously, you said the EP's dropping soon.
Yes. So my goal is to have the artwork. I'm literally expecting the Google Drive tonight with the photos of the shoot I did today, sending it over to my artwork guy, and he's gonna do magic based off the, you know, the things we talked about. Bottom line is I'm trying to put it out like midsummer, so like middle of June, July. But I want to get it ready so I can start having people pre-order it. You know, I want to give people the link to dive into the pre-order, and we want to do some numbers. You know, we want to try some shit out.
Yeah, number one on iTunes. That's what we're gonna go for.
Yes, absolutely. As y'all should.
Yeah.
Man, Skrills.
Like I said, man, just seeing your progression from one side to the next.
Yes.
It's definitely encouraging, man. What would you say is like?
It's crazy, right? You probably thought it was done, right? Like, what the fuck happened to that Snapback Swag dude? He's
ain't go front, bro.
I think we was all kind of like, yo. So we were gonna ask, like, yo, straight up, and what happened?
Nah, bro, straight up, dog. And I love these combos because, and thank you for being so candid.
Yes,
you know
absolutely.
Because I mean, I'm sure you've met artists where like, I'm sensitive about my shit.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? But thank you for being candid but yeah, bro. Because honestly, I only knew one side of it. You know what I'm saying? But I did see that switch, but seeing it on through the videos, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But talking to you now, it's dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's dope seeing that progression. And so, are you under Snow? Like, how does that work as far as like in the future? God willing, shit, jumps off of you. Like, are you able to? Yeah,
her end game, like with this whole thing, is like she said, she goes, I would love nothing more than to be that boss B-word, to come in there and be like, nah, my artist deserves more. Like, she wants to be the forefront of like what the next chapter for me is. And like, she's like, I'm going this way. And like, she's thinking she's on the way out, but she's bro, it's so crazy the way this game works. Like, she's, to me, in my eyes, she's barely like bubbling right now. She's barely sizzling, like, but that's where that's at now. Yes, I'm signed to Snow, so like Vibe Higher is the label. And yeah, going forward, man, it's just like, I mean, we're ready to make big moves, and we're ready to take over in this space that has been there for a long time, but now it's getting looked at.
Billboard, Grammys, all that.
Hell yeah,
that's
man.
What's up, man?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
So where do you see AJ HERNZ in 5 years?
I see myself super happy that I made the choice that I made about a month ago, which is leave my full-time job.
Yeah.
Whether it's, in the hills somewhere or here, just I want to be with my family, look back and be like, I'm so glad that happened, or we went through what we went through, because, yeah, man, I feel like the payout is way bigger. Not necessarily from a money standpoint. It's just freedom, happiness, doing what I love, versus settling and rotting, in a place that I don't feel my heart is at. Hopefully everybody can grasp that message. I'm not encouraging people to just fucking quit and like with no plan, obviously, right? But I think at some point, even Bivol said it, it's crazy. Bivol just beat Canelo. He was like, at some point you got to believe in yourself, and if you don't, then obviously nothing's really going to work out in your favor. You're always going to just be, a victim of whatever the circumstances are. And I feel like we're put on this, we got so little of a chance, bro, to be like who we are, for us not to like maximize it and like at least do what we're passionate about. So like shit like this I love, because it's like you guys are passionate about this. When I met Clef, super fucking passionate. AOK, he spun all those sets with me, like that I opened up for Drake, super passionate, so like I love that, and that's what I want to hopefully promote to whoever's watching. Like, be passionate about what you do and bet on yourself, because I think you're worth it.
Quit all y'all's jobs.
Yeah.
I celebrate. When he told me, I celebrated like it was my birthday. I had like 10 shots. I was like, hey, I was telling everybody, he quit his job. Like, it's going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sure. I was so happy.
And I just don't, I don't want to stop there. I want to dive into real estate. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Scott, like he's one of the, I guess, trendsetters in the city when it comes to promotions. So I'm still going to push, myself to learn and grow in other areas. But
I think it's
time and freedom.
Yeah, didn't they recently sponsor the last brawl?
Yes, they did.
Right?
Yeah, they sponsored the last one.
Oh, yeah, he was a sponsor on the brawl event.
Shout out to that,
Shout out Scott Maloof.
You were talking about believing in yourself, man. What do you base that on? Where do you pull that from as far as believing in yourself?
Well, because, man, not to get too like dark with it, but like my upbringing was kind of shot. I really, like my brothers always say whenever we hook up and like talk and eat and as a family, they're like, man, it's crazy the way you turned out. Like, they think I'm this like super successful person and like fucking borderline angel, but I'm not, right? But I see where they're coming from, because when I say believe in yourself, it's like I believed back then. I told my mom, and like she'd be telling me with tears in her eyes that I told her like one day everything's gonna be all right. Like, like I don't know where these words of wisdom came from as a kid, because I was kind of brought up in church, but like not like that. I saw a lot of traumatic shit. Like, it was crazy. From my dad, like domestic violence and like drugs and like us like leaving Laredo to San Antonio just because my brothers were like the most wanted in that city, and like we had to like fucking scram because people were on our ass as a family. Not me, I was like 8, but as a family. So shit got crazy. We come over here, one of my brothers gets locked up, my dad goes to federal prison, my mom's just there, she barely speaks English, we're on the bus, I'm like putting all these things together on her routes, and so it's just like one of those things where I was like, all right, well, I believe that one day, like, we won't be struggling like this, you know?
Yeah.
So I really low-key think back to those moments, man. Like, you know, I just think like, damn, like, well, shit, I believe I can do that shit, you know? Like, whatever I'm manifesting in my, however I see myself succeeding in which light, I feel like I can get there just by doing it. Like, you know what I mean? And for a long time, I was hesitant, and I was just, like, blinded by the finances and how much, you know, how good it was going at work and stuff. But I'm not happy. And my family supports that. My wife supports that. My kids support that. And that's all I need. You know, my support system's crazy. Yeah.
Word, man. That's a hell of a base to you know, have a belief in, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And sorry if I'm over talking, bro. I'm just
it's you know what I mean. You the guest, man. So
man,
whatever.
Bro.
Because everybody that's watching, they need to hear this type of talk.
That's why we honestly started this, was because, you know, whether it's you, an artist, whether it's Ricky, an entrepreneur, whether it's whoever is on here, there's someone that needs to hear what they're about to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because they're at that point, that inflection point of like, man, do I just stay in this fucking cubicle forever and accept this, or do I take the leap? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
So we definitely appreciate that, man.
Definitely appreciate that.
For sure, man. Thank you guys. Hell yeah.
For sure. Last question for me, man. What's your favorite part of touring? Besides all that wild shit, because I see the videos, bro. Y'all wilding, y'all wild, bro.
Favorite part of touring, man. First off, I wish we had longer time in these cities. So hopefully, her booking agent Snow, or like whoever my booking agent becomes next year, or something, like, can think that out a little bit. 2-day break in every city. Damn, favorite part, bro. I love sound check, to be honest. Like, I mean, I don't want to be cliche and be like meeting the fans, because that's a great part too, right? Or like, oh, just, you know, touring the city, because we don't do that shit, because it's just like loading. And that's another thing people don't realize. They might think tour is all like, you say, oh, it looks like it's a wild time. I'll tell you what my unfavorite part is loading in at 2 p.m. every time and loading out after the show, because we're our own sound man. We're our own, you know, we're our roadies, you know. We're literally, like, after the show, jumping around for 2.5 hours, like, we're in the shits, like, lifting the subs, lifting the fucking screen cases, and it just, you know. But anyway, my favorite part, I feel like, sound check, because that's when it's like just you, the speakers, the venue, hearing the acoustics, like,
you get in your zone,
bro. And it's lit, because like the sound men are always like, hey, man, you know, that's a dope ass track, man. I've never heard of you, or like, you know. So it's cool. In one of my videos I posted too, the sound man at the House of Blues, he caught the Blue Faces drop. That's man, as he's walking away and shit. So cool shit like that, bro. I like that. I
want to say this story before the big blow up, but the first time I ever seen him on tour, when they came to the Aztec, the first time during tour, I was with him during that, right? And the first thing he does when he shows up to the venue, this goes back to my top 5 human beings thing, but like, you know, just know world, you know, when you see him at the top and shit like that, just remember this is who he is. But he went and introduced himself to every staff member at the venue. Hi, my name is AJ. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't matter who they were. It could be the janitor. He's making sure that everybody on that stage, like, hey, how you doing? And talking with him and chopping it up with him a little bit. And I thought that was just one of, like, I have many signs where he showed, like, where I was like, I love this guy. But that was definitely one of them where I was like, man, bro, I ain't never seen that in my life.
Yeah, for
like, I've never done that. Like, this guy is the best.
That's
so
cool,
like,
man.
I thought that was lit, man. And like, so every sound guy gotta love him, like, for real. Like,
for sure.
Oh, no, you know, and that's Artist 101 though. So everybody watching this, always meet the sound guys and make sure you introduce yourself. And I'm not saying sell the sizzle, like be fucking a B version of yourself. Just be yourself, right? But like, at least recognize who they are, because at the end of the night, like, they're there to do a job, and like, you want that shit to be done right?
And they're taking care of you technically,
exactly,
you
bro.
know?
So they can really, I feel like in certain venues, like, because maybe you know, situations happen throughout the show, whatever, soundmen don't give a damn. Like, they're getting paid no matter what. It's not like we get paid if the sound's good or bad. Nah, like, so again, just greet accordingly, act accordingly. Like, again, don't be fake, just be yourself. But like, at least let them know they're there. Introduce yourself, because man, they're gonna help you throughout the show. You want to sound lit,
for sure.
Because again, that's what's gonna make your show. You know, people are they're not gonna know any of whatever just happened behind the scenes. They're gonna just vibe off the performance.
Right.
You want that shit to be lit, you know?
For sure. Absolutely. Shit, man.
Oh, bro. I mean, you got anything else, G?
Shit, nah. I think we covered everything.
This
is a great combo,
man. Really good combo.
Fellas.
Hell yeah. Loved it, bro.
AJ, AOK, Clef, thank y'all for coming through.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure,
and
man.
Get your rest, bro. I know you're back to back.
Man.
So appreciate y'all sticking around.
Listen, man. Appreciate you. I mean, listen. I was down when you said you was pulling up. I was like, listen, wherever time you pull up, I'm ready to do this.
That's
so,
love, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, man, for sure. And congrats on your success and much future success and everything going on.
Thank you.
You with Snow, everybody, man. It's dope to see y'all doing dope shit. Yeah. And we're rooting for you on this side.
Absolutely. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Shit, when the album drop, EP, whatever, next time y'all want to come up and talk, all means just hit the line, man.
Say less, bro.
You know what I mean?
Say less, bro. Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank you.
I love outlets like this, again, and I wish you guys the most success, bro. I hope this shit blows up more than fucking Sway in the Morning type shit.
Oh man,
that's what I feel like this is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mazi, how?
Exactly. Yo, Kanye telling me how?
You ain't got the answers, Mazi.
Yo, I'm gonna just look at the camera because I know it's gonna blow up after that. I was like, what's happening? That's dope, man.
Yeah, man.
Once again, appreciate y'all, man, for pulling up. Skrills, my guy.
Oh, before we leave, can I do one more drop? My bad, Skrills.
By means, go ahead.
So, man, at Drink Big Red, and I'm only
bro. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
When did they make tall cans of Big Red?
Bro, this is what you find in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's a tall boy. Let's do it.
Exactly, bro. I tell you what you won't, where you won't find it. Valero,
nah, definitely nah.
You gotta go if you get lucky.
Pedro's Food Mart, bro.
Exactly. If you get lucky, a picnic. You know what I'm saying? One of those kind of, Yeah,
the hood spots.
Bro.
Absolutely.
But anyway, at Drink Big Red, man, stop playing. Like, I've been
talk to him, man.
Borderline diabetes. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hey, help me out. Like,
I know AJ's got a few of them packs from HEB, the Big Red and the Barbacoa. Come on,
bro, you already know. And they got the combo now too.
Absolutely.
Check it. So it's funny you say that because so I got kinfolk in Cali, and shout out to my kinfolk in Altadena. They love Big Red.
Really?
So anytime they come down to Texas, they ship at least. They stock up.
Yeah, bro.
They stock up. It's ridiculous.
And traveling, bro, you realize like people don't have it in certain regions or markets. Like, I'm surprised that in Cali they do, but I'm assuming certain areas. Because when I was in LA, like, man, I had done this like just water, for 3 weeks thing. And I was like, yo, I'm not about to, break this unless it's a Big Red. And it's going crazy, bro. So I had to wait till we got back to Texas. But I need my fix, bro. Like, and don't think I'm over here sipping Big Red all day. Like, I drink a lot of water, but
for sure.
I just, Big Red's the best soda, man. I feel like the world needs to know.
Oh, come on, man.
And who better than your boy AJ to represent?
Listen. This guy's good. He's good. He's good. Hey, Big Red, stop playing, man.
Listen to your gut, Big Red.
Hey, what does gut mean again? Let him know.
Give up thinking. And do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ HERNZ in the house, AOK, Clef, Skrills, and listen, thanking each and every one of y'all for tuning in each and every Monday. Like, share, subscribe. 9 Clouds up. To get your merch, Mazi22 is the promo code for 10% off your entire purchase. DaviesEntertainment.com. Go in the merch section, and the Mazi World Gear is there and is live. So be sure to support. AJ, thank you for pulling up again.
Thank you, bro.
And
thank you guys.
Sharing your story. AOK, Clef.
Before
we go, socials and all that. My fault.
Yeah. Okay. So socials, Instagram. That's where I'm, I guess, most active. At official AJ HERNZ. Twitter, same thing. Facebook, I think, is the same thing. But yeah, just look out for. I got verified, bro. That's something else that's pretty lit. Yeah, that's like a stamp of approval.
I see the blue check.
So, blue check, man. It's official.
Yeah. So anyway, check me out. I got the EP coming. We're aiming for July. I think that's what we're aiming for at this point.
Summertime vibes.
Yes. And Excuse My Vibe is the title.
Excuses vibe.
So yeah, man. Just look out for it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this.
For sure. Appreciate y'all each and every week, man. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk.